Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another live stream. Day 21 of the January transfer window. We are officially at the 3-week mark and still zero business done for the Blues. I'm not counting signing a player from Strasbourg that's coming in the summer. We have done zero business to improve the squad this month. We are still waiting for a striker. We are still waiting for a midfield player to come back. Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall had to start in midfield last night. Zero depth, like shallow end of the swimming pool. Zero depth in the middle of the park. Enzo Fernandez, Moises Caicedo, and Romeo Lavia in a couple of weeks out, which further heightens the problem. And yet Ugochukwu is still chilling down on the south coast. You know, he should have been playing. He should have been starting for us last night, and he should be starting for us against Manchester City this weekend. Simple as that. Inexcusable. Fantastic to see the return of Trevor Chalobah last night as well. Wonderful performance from him, making a mockery of some of the decisions that have been made at this football club when it comes to recruitment and when it comes to centre-backs. But we're also going to dive into, guys, the latest with Alejandro Garnacho, because I hate to say it. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it feels like things are gathering a bit of pace in regards to Alejandro Garnacho and Chelsea. His agent was at Stamford Bridge last night, which is not good news. I tell you what, he wasn't just there to casually watch Chelsea versus Wolves on a Monday night. I can tell you that he is there for one thing and one thing only, and that is business. And that business is Alejandro Garnacho potentially moving to Chelsea. We're going to cover that, all the latest there. Nico Williams is still on Chelsea's list. I wonder how long this list is. We've got the latest on Mark Gurhey as well. Chelsea are set to revisit that deal in the summer when it will obviously be a lot cheaper, providing he hasn't signed a new contract. There are rumours of Chelsea making a move for Dusan Vlahovic last night, coming out from the Times, which were quickly shut down by Fabrizio Romano. We're going to dive into all that news. Ugochukwu being recalled from his loan at Southampton is deemed unlikely, according to The Athletic, because he's now playing more regularly. And once again, Chelsea and Juventus have been in contact about a deal for Renato Vega, with Chelsea now more open to a loan move, which seemingly makes sense. Vega reportedly wants a loan, and then to come back in 6 months to Chelsea, a better player, I presume. But yeah, we are in trouble, guys. We're in trouble. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Make sure you smash the likes. Make sure you subscribe if you're new around here. We're back in the top 4. Trev back, man of the match. Big game against Man City coming up, but there's loads of transfer news to dive into. And let's say hello to a few of you in the chat, and then we're going to get into it. If Caicedo or Enzo Fernandez get injured, we're finished. Well, Enzo Fernandez is injured, and Romeo Lavia is injured, and Moises Caicedo is being run into the ground. So we've got the only fit midfield players we've got are Moises Caicedo and Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall. Good job, guys. Good job. I don't hate Garnacho. I think he can be a good asset, but he's not all we need. I think a lot of the Garnacho hate comes from the fact that we don't need him. He's not a priority. And if we're being brutally honest, I have to be real. He's not any better than the current wide players that we have, in my view. He's no better than what we've already got. And this is it, you know, you can tell about how good a player is by the way that fans of that club react when they might possibly be leaving. You know, if Garnacho was a good player, if Garnacho was, you know, doing serious bits at United, they'd be gutted if he was going to leave. The fact is, United fans aren't asked that Garnacho might be leaving. Darv, big up, my guy. Yeah, bro, that is the question I'd love to know the answer to. It feels like we're just waiting until it's too late. It feels like we're waiting for Moises Caicedo to get injured. It feels like we're going to wait until the very last day of the window, and then we're going to decide to recall Lesley Ugochukwu, and that's going to be a good idea. That's what we're going to do then. Why are we looking at Garnacho? I've got absolutely no idea why we're looking at Garnacho. Man City going to cook us? I hope not, but it's hard to see how we're going to get anything positive out of that game, given how they're playing right now. But yeah, I expect Enzo to be back. Bro, Enzo's not back next game. I don't know if you've seen Maresca's comments or not. Enzo not back next game. Expected to miss a couple of weeks at least. So, yeah, Enzo Fernandez is not going to be back for the next game. Neither is Romeo Lavia. Bro, we're not making any signings in midfield this month. We just have to bring Lesley Ugochukwu back. I don't think we need to make signings in midfield. Enzo, Caicedo, hope that Lavia can do something. And then obviously we've got Andre Santos coming back, and we've also got Ugochukwu. So I don't think we need to sign a midfield player. But this month, Ugochukwu should be recalled, and it shouldn't even be a conversation. It shouldn't even be a debate right now. Yeah, he was all right, but that's not enough. That's not enough. Yeah, he was okay. He was fine. But that isn't enough for us. We need more. We need more, and we need to show ambition. Don't tell me that you can't sign strikers in January. Cunha, you got Cunha potentially out there. You got West Ham making a £57 million bid for John Duran. You got Nottingham Forest doing up bids for Johan Visser at Brentford. Don't tell me that strikers aren't available in January, because they are. And we've got clubs showing more ambition than us in the transfer market, which is a highly embarrassing situation to be in. A highly embarrassing situation to be in. But yeah, that's where we are. Big up to everyone that's locked in. 100 people in the building already, guys. Keep smashing that like button. Let's get this up to 100 likes as quickly as possible. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel if you are new round here as well. That would be greatly appreciated, guys. And let's dive into the main news then, because these Alejandro Garnacho rumours have unfortunately got stronger. Like a bad smell, you're hoping it goes away, but in fact, the rumours have just got even stronger. That smell of Garnacho, that stench, has got stronger. And Fabrizio Romano saying that Garnacho is a top target for Chelsea. He's among 3 to 4 options they have for the winger position. They will have fresh contact with Man United in the next few days, as will Napoli. Now, Garnacho's agent was at the game yesterday. That is an issue. That suggests to me that there's a lot more to this story than perhaps people want to believe. He's clearly there for a reason. He's clearly there to have conversations with relevant people at Chelsea. They haven't just invited him down for no reason. He hasn't bought himself a ticket in the Matthew Harding, has he? He's very much there for business. He's very much there to discuss an Alejandro Garnacho deal. Garnacho is reported to be costing around £59 million. So we're looking at around 70 million euros. And that is a concern. That absolutely is a concern in regards to Garnacho. I don't know. I don't know whether this is going to go any further or not. It looks like it is. And it's just bizarre. It's just utterly bizarre, because you look, brother. I don't know what time of the day it is where you are in the world, but it's too early to be on the hard stuff. Garnacho is not better than Pedro Neto. He really isn't. Look, people are entitled to their own opinions, but for real, he's not better. He's not better. I think what we're going to have to accept here, guys, is we're going to have to pray and hope, do those prayers to the powers that be above us, and hope that Antonio Conte has got one more gift for Chelsea, one more present to give us. He's given us Premier League titles, given us great memories. Brother, please complete the deal for Alejandro Garnacho and take him to Napoli to be the Kvaratskhelia replacement. Link up with his old friend Scott McTominay. Link up with Romelu Lukaku. Have a little, Man United reunion over there. But please do that. Please, please, please. Because right now, the thought of Chelsea signing Garnacho is making me feel a little bit ill. It's making me feel a little bit ill. Because he's not needed. He's not a priority position. And as I said, he's no better than anyone we've got. Can we really say that Garnacho is better than Jadon Sancho? No. Can we say that he's better than Noni Madueke? No. Can we say that he's better than Pedro Neto? No. I mean, is he even better than Mykhailo Mudryk? I don't know if he is better than Mudryk. I mean, we're discussing this in the studio today. is he any better than Mudryk? This is someone that if you're going to be paying sort of 59, 60 million pounds for a player, bro, they've got to be someone who is starting level quality. If you're spending that much money, you'd expect them to go straight into the team. But that you can't make that case for Garnacho. You can't make that case for Garnacho at all. This is definitely something that I think we've got to prepare for the worst with, guys. And look, ultimately, if Garnacho does end up coming, like with every player, I will support them. But it's just a major issue. And I don't know what it is that the data is showing. I don't know what it is that the sporting directors, the scouts, or the recruitment team are seeing in Garnacho, but I cannot see it. I cannot see it, guys. I don't get how you can watch Chelsea on a regular basis and then come to the conclusion that what we need is another winger who struggles to score goals. How on earth are we in serious conversations to sign Alejandro Garnacho when we still haven't got a striker, when we still don't have a top goalkeeper, when we still don't have a centre-back? It's almost like these guys are purposely trying to annoy us. Get me my striker links. Why, when we need a striker, are we being linked to a winger who can't score goals? Baffling, guys. Baffling. Tyreek George is better than Garnacho. Maybe. 59 million, so we can sell Chalobah in the summer. Yeah, but I mean, I've got no idea. Bro, top bins, you're absolutely spot on. And this is what everyone's saying. The reason why there's seemingly a lot of hate around the Garnacho deal is not necessarily him as a person, although there are question marks over his attitude. The reality of the situation is, guys, is that a lot of this hate comes from the fact he's not better than what we've got, and a lot of the hate comes from the fact that we are once again ignoring the positions that need strengthening. That's why, for me, this hate is there, and it's so strong surrounding this deal. If we were going to sign a striker and Garnacho was, another alternative to come in addition to, then there's going to be nowhere near as much level of criticism towards this deal. It's the fact that we are actively ignoring positions that need strengthening to go for a player who doesn't make us any better, and to go for a player who's going to cost a lot of money, and to go for a player in a position that this month is anything but a priority. Anything but a priority. Mate, do you honestly think we're going to get Garnacho? We're going to get a winger and a striker this month? I mean, I'd love that. I'd love to have the same optimism as you, but there is no way we're getting a winger and a striker this month. We're day 21 now, 3 weeks into the window, and all we've done is recall a player we tried to kick out of the football club and sign a player from Strasbourg who we technically already own to arrive in the summer. Nothing has been addressed. Nothing. Cunha would be a good. I mean, look, Semenyo, Vissa. I mean, bro, there is backup for left wing. Neto can play on the left-hand side as well. Tyreek George is also there. We've got 4 options in the wide areas. You've got Sancho, you've got Neto, you've got George, and you've got Madueke. Please tell me why this window. Please explain to me, how is Garnacho some sort of unbelievable opportunity in the market? I don't understand that. I don't understand it. How is he? How is he a sort of option in the market where you feel that you can't say no to it, where you feel like it's too good an opportunity to pass up on? It's not. It really isn't, guys. It really isn't too good of an opportunity to pass up on. You can quite easily find a better player than Garnacho in the summer. You can quite easily maybe try and get Jamie Gittins from Dortmund. It just doesn't make sense. Look, if I'm Garnacho, do I want to join Chelsea or do I want to join Napoli? Does he want to stay in England? What's his affiliation with United? Is he that fussed about going to a rival team? I don't know about any of those things. Cunha, bro, Garnacho's not better than Sancho. He's not better than. He might be a bit better than Tyreek George, but he's not better than Neto or Sancho. But yeah, Saeed will be. You know, when I go up to Manchester next season and see Saeed at Old Trafford, it's going to be peak. It's going to be peak if that happens. But look, all we can do, guys, is wait and see. But the signs are not looking good. The signs are not looking good. What's that meme again? It's not looking good, Brev. The guy that says that. That is the current status of this transfer situation, guys. A meme to sum it up, it's not looking good, Brev. That is where we're at, guys. That is where we are at. It is not looking good. It's looking hella peak out here for us. Looking hella peak. And then you've got Sam C from the United stand, who's pretty good when it comes to United stuff. Some Chelsea staff members really like the idea of Alejandro Garnacho joining this January. I tell you what, whoever those staff members are, send them their P45s immediately and let's get them gone. Send them the P45s because that is sackable offence. Sackable offence. However, it remains to be seen whether Chelsea will pay what Man United want for the 20-year-old. So, look, what we know, Chelsea TV, top four is going to be difficult, bro. Top four is going to be very, very difficult if we don't do anything. If we bring back a midfield, if we bring back Ugochukwu and we sign a striker, top four, I think we're very much on. But if we do nothing and we just leave the squad as it is, then we are potentially throwing away our chances of finishing in the top four. It's as simple as that. As simple as that. And that's the reality, is that we don't need any more squad fillers. We don't need any more backup or rotational options. We need players to come in right now who are going to make a significant difference to the first team. When was the last time we signed someone for the first team that actually is going to make a significant difference? I mean, you could say Pedro Neto, but in terms of someone coming in and making a significant difference, a significant contribution to the first team, there's not many guys. There's not many, and it's peak. We need players, and we need players in the positions that we're weak in. Why? We're very good at signing players with potential. We're very good at that sort of thing. Why do we seemingly struggle so much and have a complete inability to sign anyone to solve the problems that we've currently got? How is anyone in a position of power at Chelsea watching us this season and coming to the conclusion that we're not going to go for a striker? What we need is Alejandro Garnacho to improve us for the second half of the season and help us finish in the top four. Nah, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. What is that about? What is that about? I don't understand. But it looks like it is a shootout between Chelsea and Napoli for Garnacho. If you're going to spend 60 million quid on a player, you can do a lot better than that. 60 million pounds is a fucking lot of money. A lot of money. And yet, if you're thinking about spending 60 million on Garnacho, why can't you put that 60 million towards a striker this month? Why can't you put that towards a striker? The money's clearly there to spend. So why would you offer him? Why wouldn't you offer him? Why wouldn't you offer that for a striker? You can easily offer that 60 mil for a striker. And at 60 million pounds, Garnacho would have to start really. And players are going to have to leave in the summer as well if he does come in. But it's weird because I've never seen a move for a player like Garnacho, have the whole fan base in such a unanimous agreement that it absolutely isn't the right thing to do. I've never seen a potential big signing have fans come together like this. It's very much a unanimous no for everyone. Very much a unanimous no for everyone. I honestly, guys, I think I expect an offer to be submitted for Garnacho very soon. I absolutely expect an offer for Garnacho to be submitted soon, and I wouldn't be surprised if his preference was to join the club. I think we are looking to get it wrapped up this window. I very much think that. The rumoured price is a price that we're clearly prepared to pay. His wages aren't very big at United. You could double his wages, and you know, he'd fit well within the wage structure from that perspective. Garnacho price currently requested 70 million euros. So we're looking at 59 million pounds for Alejandro Garnacho. Please no. Please, please, please no. Yeah, look, Bradley Bacola is someone that we've looked at previously. But yeah, look, guys, I think we're going to have to prepare ourselves for the worst. You know, unless Uncle Antonio can bail us out, I honestly think that we are going to be in a situation where, yes, Alejandro Garnacho has got a very, very good chance of being a Chelsea player come the end of this month. Within the next 2 weeks, Alejandro Garnacho could be a Chelsea player. And I think that's something we've got to prepare for. And I think there's something that there is a very, very big chance of happening. Is that right? I don't know. Is that right that we do that? For me, absolutely not. Have you considered the possibility that we've only seen him in an awful team and he could come good? Look, he could come good. There's still plenty of room for improvement. But it's not the biggest issue with it is his attitude, his ego, and he's not what we need. And if you've got 60 million quid to spend, why are you not going to spend it on a striker? And don't tell me there aren't strikers available this month and we can't get a striker to improve the team, because clubs with far less resources than us are showing ambition in the market, are putting bids in for strikers. You know, strikers are available this month. So if you've got that 59 million pounds, and I agree with this, if you've got that 59 million, why would you not just put that 59 million pounds that you're going to spend on Garnacho and just try and tempt Ipswich? I'm not saying you're going to be able to do it, but the fact we're seemingly not even trying, you know, put that 59 million quid towards the lap and see what happens. Do you really think Ipswich is going to say no to pretty much tripling their money in 6 months? Nah, I don't think so. Neto wasn't 60 mil. Neto was 51.4. But yeah, I get your point. Look, he's not been amazing. He's not been amazing. Neto's not been great this season, but we're not playing to his strengths at the end of the day. You know, Neto put so many decent balls into the box, and because we've got no one we haven't got a striker with box presence, there's no one there to do anything with it. You know, a lot of our wingers are putting balls into the box, and Jackson, for as good as he is in other aspects, is not good in that area in terms of physical presence in the box, in terms of headers and box presence and whatnot. If we had a striker with box presence, I guarantee the conversation surrounding Neto and the wingers would be very, very different. Very, very different. You know, and Neto's struggling because the balls that he's putting into the cross are not into the box are not being looked at. I'm sorry. There's a lot of messages coming in. There's a lot of messages coming in. Put it in again, and I'll try and get to it. But yeah, that's why. And the frustrations are just because we can do so much better, guys. We can do so much better, and it just feels like now. I know this window's not finished, and they could surprise us. They could surprise us. You know, they could surprise us. But right now, we're 3 weeks into the window, and what we've seen is totally unacceptable. What we saw in the summer was totally unacceptable. And what we've seen in this 3 weeks of the window so far, totally unacceptable. These last two windows, or 1 and 3/4 windows, are in danger of setting us back big time. In danger of setting us back big time, guys. And I don't think people I don't think people realize that the business that we're doing, or the lack of business, is setting us back in our quest for the top four and in our quest for sorting things out. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, this is potentially setting us back a considerable amount, and no one seems to be that asked. I think he's got 8. I think he's got 8 GNA. I think he's got 8 GNA this season. Let me just quickly check that. Let me just quickly check it. So he's played 32 games for United, 8 goals, 5 assists. So that's 9, 10, 11, 12. So he's got 13 GNA in 32 games. And in 21 Premier League appearances, he's got 3 goals and 1 assist. So 3 goals and 1 assist in 21 Premier League games. It's nothing special. Yes, he's playing in a struggling Man United side who are shit, but it's nothing special. And look, you're not spending the 60 million on that. You are obviously paying a significant amount of money for the potential. You're not very much of that 60 mil is going on what Garnacho is as a current player. That's the reality, guys. That you're not paying for what he is right now. You're paying a little bit for that, but you're mainly paying for the potential and what he could become So yeah, this is heating up, and this is something, guys. If I'm being honest, I don't really see it going away anytime soon. I don't see it going away anytime soon. But yeah, I mean, a 60 mil for a Garnacho is mental, absolutely mental. But it's. I mean, I don't want to coin a Postecoglou phrase, but it's who we are, mate. It's what we do, guys. It's what we do. So we're going to wait and see what happens. But this is very much one to watch over this week and obviously next week. And I would be shocked, actually. I'd go as far as saying that I'd be shocked if we didn't submit a formal bid and try and get this deal done this month. I'd be very, very surprised. You don't go to this level of negotiations and this level of interest and conversations and agents at the ground if you're not serious about doing a deal, if you've not got genuine interest in the player. So yeah, this is a very, very random signings. Again, Italian sources are saying that Napoli are pushing hard. Antonio Conte is driving the pursuit. Come on, Antonio. But if I'm Garnacho, maybe I'm thinking, I want to prove Man United wrong. Maybe I'll go to Chelsea and make a name for myself and show United what they're missing. There's potential that he could have that sort of mindset. In which case, we could be in trouble. But I don't know. We are in for win. Yeah, I know. I tell you what, I think you're being sarcastic there. Hard to tell. Bro, yeah, but Kvaratskhelia is a much better player than Garnacho. You know, he's got the CV to back it up. He's got the CV to back it up, guys. He's a much better player than Garnacho. So we'll wait and see. But yeah, people, all I'm saying is prepare for the worst, because I've got a horrible feeling, guys, a horrible feeling that this is going to happen. I'm going up to Manchester Saturday for the game. Hopefully his agent's not there again. But yeah, it's an issue. It is an issue. So that's the latest, guys, is that Chelsea, Garnacho is a top target, £59 million price tag. Agent was at Stamford Bridge last night. And there's going to be fresh contact between the two clubs. And I suspect, in my honest opinion, that a deal for Garnacho is going to happen. And I think Garnacho will be a Chelsea player come the end of this window, which is words I never, ever thought I'd say. Sorry, is Jadon Sancho still on loan? Do you think Sancho? Yeah, no, Sancho's done deal. Yes, it's a loan, but it's an it becomes permanent in the summer as long as we don't finish in the bottom 6. So yeah, Sancho's permanent. Yeah, bro, this is a problem. Like, GNA only paints half the picture. You know, yes, you know, you've got to look at the profile, look at the skill set and whatnot. You know, you don't solely judge on GNA. Yes, it's of course you know, it's an important factor, but it's not the sole factor. It is not the sole factor. But let's move away from Alejandro Garnacho and let's move on to another attacker who could be leaving, because according to Florian Plettenberg, there is more information on Mr. Joao Felix, who got his token 10 minutes or so again last night. Chelsea are clearly looking to try and move an attacker out. Nkunku and Felix are the only ones that have got chances of leaving. And excuse me, AC Milan are definitely interested in signing Joao Felix until deadline day, as reported 2 days ago. However, more teams have inquired about Felix, making him one to watch closely in the coming days. Meanwhile, no agreement has been reached for a transfer. So, again, apparently, there's more. AC Milan are interested, and now more teams have. Yes, big up, brother. Thank you. Apparently, I think that's me being allergic reaction to speaking about Garnacho. Apparently, though, it's not just AC Milan. Apparently, more teams have inquired about Felix, according to Florian Plettenberg, who's a reporter over at Sky Germany. Now, that's going to be an interesting one to watch. Felix is not really playing very much at all. He's going to be pissed off with the amount of playing time that he's currently getting. That doesn't really seem to be changing anyway, in any way whatsoever. That doesn't appear to be changing. So, yeah, it doesn't appear to be changing. And I don't see how... I don't see how Felix is really going to be feeling. He's obviously not going to be pleased. But I wonder whether whether any move's actually going to come in for him, whether any move for him is actually going to materialise, and what sort of situation we might find ourselves in. Does he actually want to leave? Does he think leaving would be in his best interests? I don't know. By the way, guys, we're 210 in the building. Smash that like button. Only 84 likes, over 200 of you in the building, guys. Make sure you smash the like button and make sure you're subscribing to the channel if you are new round. But let's run these likes up, guys. We should be on over 100 likes easily. So let me know in the chat. It should be done in the next 2 minutes, guys. Run it up. And please hit the subscribe button if you're new round here as well. We're racing towards 15.5K. We are on 15,410 at the moment. Let's try and knock a few more of these subscribers off. Let's get on the way to 15,500, guys. But yeah, keep smashing the likes and keep subscribing. You know, that I don't ask for any money. If people are generous enough to donate, that's absolutely fine. All I ask for is you to click 2 buttons. Big up to all the Chelsea fans out in South Korea. Big yourselves up, guys. Big yourselves up. So we're basically turning our club into bro, it feels like it. It feels like it. Feels like we have a transfer ban, signing nothing. Yeah, bro, I hear it. I hear it. Brother, Garnacho is not an output winger. He's not an output winger. No matter what, he's got 3 or 4 GNA in the Premier League this season. And that's not better than any of our wingers. Madueke's got more GNA. Sancho's got more GNA than that in the Premier League this season, and Neto has got more GNA than that this season. So, why are people trying to bring that argument to the table? Why are people trying to bring that argument to the table? But I wouldn't be surprised if Felix left. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if Felix left. I wouldn't be surprised if I'd be surprised if he left in January, but I don't think I'd be surprised if he left in the summer. It's a move that doesn't make any sense. It's a move that was clearly agent-driven. It was clearly a move made to ensure that Conor Gallagher left the football club. And yeah, we're now in a situation where we've got a player who is just not useful at all. What, this season or in total? No, I don't agree with that. I think Madueke has got plenty of potential, guys. I think he's got plenty of potential. No, I don't see why we need him. We've got Andre Santos. You know what? Why do we need Kobbie Mainoo when we've already got Andre Santos on the books? It doesn't make sense. Well, right now we haven't got anyone fit anyway. We've got Caicedo and Dewsbury Hall as the only fit midfielders in the Conference League. I would expect Raksaki to feature, although towards the latter rounds, that maybe is not that much of a possibility. I don't really know, is the honest answer. I don't know is the honest answer to that. But yeah, it's not good. It's not good. So yeah, look, will offers come in for Felix? We don't know, but it's clear with the reports that are coming out that there's obviously a bit of movement around Felix. There's obviously information. There's obviously movement there. There's obviously information out there that Felix might be looking one. Where does it say that? Is that on? Is that? Oh, that's what I was going to look for. Is that on Twitter? Is it, or is it on like a blog or something? Let's have a look. No, he's not put it on his Twitter. Where have you seen that? Let me know where you've seen that. Oh, it's on Give Me Sport, is it? What, just now or from before? It's on Give Me Sport. Right. Okay. Well, it'll be so typical, right, of Chelsea to have who could have been able to do a deal for Duran in the summer for £40 million, and yet we decide against it, and then we might go back 6 months or a year later to pay double the price for a player that we could have signed for half the price in the summer. That there sums us up to an absolute T. Absolute T. What's this? Chelsea reportedly held... Okay, so this is published 30 minutes ago. The Blues are in the... So, the report from Cy Phillips Substack states that Chelsea held internal talks on Monday over a move for Duran, having considered bidding for his services in the summer, with further contact from the Blues to Duran's representatives being held this week. Phillips's sources state that when Chelsea had heard of offers being made for Duran in the current window, namely from West Ham and PSG, the club approached his agents once again to gauge what the situation was surrounding Duran's future. Chelsea officials believe that if clubs are putting bids in for the Colombian wonderkid, there is a chance that a deal can be completed for his services, and they evidently wish to be part of the race for his signature. Phillips wrote, our sources say that when Chelsea heard offers were being made for Duran, we heard big offers were made by both West Ham and PSG. We approached his agents again to see what the situation was. Chelsea believe that if clubs are putting bids in, then there's obviously a chance that something can be done. So yeah, maybe we might go back in for John Duran. That won't be something that happens this month. That absolutely won't be something that happens this month. I wouldn't have an issue with Duran coming. I was a little bit against it in the summer. I have to be totally honest. But it makes absolutely zero sense to have pulled out of a deal in the summer where you could have signed him for £40 million, and now you probably have to pay double that to get him because he's signed a new contract and he's obviously in better form than he was back then. So I don't get it. I don't get it. You know, I openly admitted that, you know, I wasn't that keen on the Duran deal. But having said that, we could have like if Chelsea wanted him, you should have done it in the summer. And now what's happening? We're going back to a situation where we could end up paying double on a player that we could have signed for half the price in the summer. I just don't understand what we're doing. I don't understand what we're doing. I don't understand what the plan is. I don't understand really anything that's going on. I don't really understand anything that's going on. But this is where we are. I can't be the only one that feels that way. The worst thing is, though, brother, that the sporting directors are seemingly very, very safe in their jobs. Very, very safe in their jobs, which doesn't make sense. You'll criticise the Omorelli doing the summer two. I was the only one screaming that Duran and Samu were miles better than what we have. Yeah, look, people were very quick to dismiss the Samu and Duran situation in the summer. They were. But I think more the point is that we should have signed a striker in the summer. Instead, we pulled the plug on a deal and decided to sign Joao Felix instead, which was a big mistake. Snatch Sesko this window. Bro, Sesko's not going to happen this window. I don't think he's available for a January transfer. That's the reality, guys. Yes, Zolt, big up, brother. How do we stand on Disasi and Casadei out? Casadei is getting very close to a move to Torino. Disasi, again, supposedly there's plenty of information in him. Plenty of interest in him, sorry. But as of yet, there's been absolutely nothing in terms of anything concrete formulating for an exit. Anything concrete formulating for an exit. There seems to be absolutely nothing there right now at this point in time. Lavia is injured. It's said to be worse than Enzo's injury. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw. I don't think we'll see Lavia again for at least 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, there was with Gordon as well. There were people that weren't happy about that. So yeah, you know that's the reality. Out of those 3, I'd probably take Duran. But I would honestly be happy. I would honestly be happy with any of them. I'd honestly be happy with any of them. You know, yeah, the sporting directors are coming in for criticism because look, yes, we're in a good position in the league. Yes, we're 4th and we're 2 points ahead of City and Newcastle. But there are glaring holes in this team, and there are things that can be done to sort it out this month. And so far, 3 weeks into the window, they've done absolutely nothing to address the situation and the issues that we've got. That is why they're taking serious heat right now. That is why they're taking serious heat for those exact reasons, people. For those exact reasons, guys. Still 232 in the building. Keep smashing the likes. We're on 103 now. Let's try and get this up to 130, 140. Okay, keep smashing the likes. All that good stuff, guys. Let's get these likes up. It really helps me out a lot, more than you can imagine, guys. And it helps, you know, boost the content in the YouTube algorithm, get more eyes on the channel, which is what we all want. So the more likes there are, the more it will be pushed by YouTube. So yeah, if you've not hit that thumbs up button, guys, hit it and hit the subscribe button as well. I would very much appreciate that, people. So let's run it up. Where's Todd Bowley? I've got no idea, but he's took a step back from the day-to-day running of the football club a significant amount of time ago. What's going to happen with Bro? Yeah, think he's going to stay at Everton, but he's injured right now. But yeah, let's see how this. Sanchez is miles worse. Let's see how this ends up developing. Let's see how this ends up developing over the course of the remainder of the window. It's going to be an interesting one. And I do wonder whether there's going to be that situation. I do wonder whether anything's going to come from it. We'll have to see. We will have to see. But yeah, Felix looking like links with Felix leaving already after 6 months. Just again, another example of how much of a shambles this summer window was, and it was highly shambolic, guys. Highly shambolic. Bro is out for a significant amount of time. I don't think Chelsea have recalled him yet. I don't think they have recalled him yet. Or if they have, I've totally missed that. But yeah, Bro is essentially out for about 8 to 10 weeks. Yeah, the next games are difficult. They are absolutely difficult. But that's the latest with Joao Felix and Chelsea. But let's get rid of that. And let's move on to this story. This was an interesting one because we had a report from the Times. Which said that Chelsea were looking to do something for Dusan Vlahovic. And then that came out when I was on the tube home last night. And then literally within 5 minutes, that had been fully shut down by Fabrizio. But I want to get into this Times article because I actually want to see what they were saying about it. I want to see what they were saying about it, because it didn't make much sense. This was it here. I'll come back to this screen in a sec. This was the news. This was the one that with Chelsea and Vlahovic. This come out last night, 10:05 p.m. Chelsea are considering making a move for striker Dusan Vlahovic, and it was all the big hitters from the Times, who are usually not that bad, but seemingly on this occasion they've been shut down like Skepta because this appears to be nonsense information. I'm not sure where they've got this information from, but it appears to be nonsense. So this is what it says, though, guys. Chelsea are considering a move for Dusan Vlahovic after they held talks to offload the defender Renato Vega. Isn't it funny, right, how all Chelsea's business seems to be that whenever a club are in negotiations for one of our players, we seem to always ask for information about one of theirs. Why do we go about business like that? That is utterly useless way of doing business. I know Fab said something about it. I just want to go through the article and see what they're saying, and then we'll get to it. The West Ham Club have been looking for a forward since the summer, and Vlahovic could be available despite being Juve's top scorer this season with 12 goals. Vlahovic has had a mixed time at Juve since he joined from Fiorentina for 66 million 3 years ago. He argued with the club supporters after the 2-2 draw with Venezia last month and has been unable to reach an agreement on extending his deal beyond 2026. Juve have been keen to reduce their wage bill, and Vlahovic is their top earner on about £8.5 million a year after tax. Jesus. But his salary is set to increase in the final year of his deal. Vlahovic has started when fit for Juventus. Chelsea need to strengthen an attack. Yeah, we know that. So Juventus are keen to sign Vega. We also know that. Yeah, not really anything. It's just basically linking Chelsea with Vlahovic because Juventus are interested with Vega. It's nonsense, guys. It is utter nonsense. So I don't know why we're entertaining that. Vlahovic is not for us. Won't fit into the wage structure. Don't think he's that good. And thank Fabrizio shut that down. Thank God he shut that down. No contacts taking place between Chelsea and Juventus for Vlahovic, despite links in the UK. He's not on Chelsea's list. We had a chance to sign him, I think, under Pochettino, where there are strong reports of doing a swap deal between Lukaku for Vlahovic, but Pochettino was very adamant that he didn't want Dusan Vlahovic. No, Chelsea aren't in for Vlahovic. It's also been reported by Ben Jacobs, and I think I've seen it somewhere else as well. That there are no plans to move for Vlahovic, and that's absolutely the right thing. You know, that was absolutely the right thing. We've definitely missed the boat on that. And guys, 250 in the building. Keep hitting the subscribe button. Big up to everyone. It's big numbers today. Going a couple of hours later than normal. Had a bit of a busier day today, so I've had to push back to 3 p.m. But the numbers are good, guys. The numbers are good. But yeah, keep smashing the subscribe button as well. It's free. There's got to be loads of you in here who haven't subscribed, guys. There must be loads of you in here who aren't subscribed out of the 250 that are in the building. So please do hit that subscribe button. It's free. It takes seconds to do so, and it does really help me out. It does really help me out, and I would greatly appreciate it. So make sure you're doing it, guys. I think Delap's the best choice. I hear it. Duran, fair enough. The Chelsea were concerned about his attitude, but again, Vlahovic would bring similar attitude issues as well. No, I've kind of already really spoken about it, to be honest. We played all right. We got the job done. There's not really that much more to say about it. Obviously, Chalobah, outstanding, top player, as we knew. And there needs to be improvements. But at the end of the day, we got the 3 points, and that was the most important thing. Are we even going to sign anyone? I don't know. But let's move away from that Vlahovic stuff and let's move on to news that is not good news. And that is the news from The Athletic, that the prospect of midfielder Lesley Ugochukwu being recalled from his loan at Southampton is unlikely. Now he is starting to play more regularly under new coach Ivan Juric. So this is something that myself and I'm sure many Chelsea fans have been calling for. Get Ugochukwu back. Give us some midfield depth. I don't understand what's going on. I do not understand what's going on here. Because right now, and I tweeted it last night before the game, we are committing self-sabotage, guys. We're committing self-sabotage. We're now down to Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall and Moises Caicedo as the only fit midfielders in the squad. That's a ridiculous position to be in. They are the only two midfielders that are fit right now. So it's not good. We're purposely sabotaging ourselves. Ugochukwu should have played for us last night. And the whole situation, guys, is entirely self-inflicted and unacceptable. Entirely self-inflicted and unacceptable. No, as an extra body in midfield, whether he's a backup for Caicedo, whether he's a backup for whatever he might be, we need an extra body in there. Caicedo's being run into the ground, and he's probably going to get injured soon. Lavia and Enzo are both injured now, Lavia's always injured, and Enzo has been run into the ground as well. And there's no other alternatives. No, bro, how is it a waste of everyone's time? He's had 6 months at Southampton. He's played some football. He's needed. He's needed at Chelsea. And there is not one good reason why he shouldn't be back at the football club. Not a single good reason why he shouldn't be back at the football club, guys. It literally makes no sense whatsoever. And I can't get my head around it. We've got in-house solution. We're not going to sign a midfielder in January, but we've got a ready-made in-house solution that's going to cost us no money. So why are you not bringing back a player to help you out when you are desperately short in an important area of the pitch? Why has that not been done? That's what I'm struggling a lot to get my head around. This is an entirely avoidable situation, and we're doing nothing about it. Absolutely nothing about it. Yes, of course he can help us. Of course he can help us. This idea that he can't help us, of course he can help us. Because right now, it's not looking very good with only Caicedo and Dewsbury-Hall available. And we're going to the Etihad with Chalobah's not a Caicedo cover. No chance. Chalobah's not a Caicedo cover. If that's how we're moving, if that's how we're operating, then it's peak. We're finished. Absolutely finished if that's the way that we're operating. What? A centre-back as cover for Caicedo. We had to play Cucurella in midfield last night for part of the game. Yeah, okay, the game's done at that point. And against Wolves and that level of opposition, you can maybe get away with it. But that's not a solution. Please tell me how that's a solution. Please tell me how that's a solution, because it's not. It absolutely is not a solution. No. No, we need another body in there. That's the whole point. We need a body in there because we've got no alternatives. There was not a single player, there was not a single midfielder on the bench last night. There wasn't a single midfielder on the bench last night. And people are telling me that Ugochukwu can't help us in the squad. What is this nonsense that I'm seeing in the chat? People are moving mad. No midfielder on the bench last night. Caicedo and Dewsbury-Hall playing. No alternatives on the bench. And people are telling me that Ugochukwu can't help the squad this season. I'm not saying that he needs to start every week, but you're telling, how can people say that he's not helping? Yeah, he played in Lorient. I think he played as a 6 for some of his time there, but that was a while ago now, and things have certainly moved on. But I don't understand how people are trying to, bro, make it make sense. One area of the pitch, or two areas of the pitch where we've got zero depth, are the two areas of the pitch where we are seemingly doing absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. We need backup. We need backup. So why has that conversation not taken place? Yes, of course, he'd probably benefit more from playing week in, week out at Southampton, but we're in a critical situation here where we need Lesley to help us out, to provide another another option and another body in that part of the pitch. So why has it not been done? Why has it not been done? That is what I can't get my head around. That is what I'm struggling to understand. And we need backup. And Ugochukwu would provide that backup. And he's a good footballer. He is a good footballer. He's done well in pre-season. But I'm not even going to entertain this conversation in the chat that people are trying to tell me that Ugochukwu can't help and that Chalobah's a Caicedo cover. Are we okay, guys? Are we okay? Are we okay? Because I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Look, Andre Santos would be the obvious one, but he's not going to be recalled. He's not being recalled. So unfortunately, we do need to forget about that. Tonali's not going to be taken from Newcastle. These are just decisions that are so easy to do, and yet we're not doing them. Why? They recalled Chalobah, which is the right thing to do. Why are they not doing the right thing with Lesley? Why? That there's not a single reason as to why any player, so why Lesley shouldn't be recalled. There's not a single good reason for it. And yet here we are 3 weeks into the window and we're still sat there. We're still sat here with zero depth in midfield, and we're going to the Etihad and we're going to have to play Caicedo and Dewsbury Hall. Mental. It's an absolute joke, and you're right. It does look like they've got no idea what they're doing. They're too busy trying to sign Garnacho, who we don't need, rather than thinking, actually, shit, we are a bit light there. Let's not wait. That's not true. That Caicedo can't play every game this season. That's the point that I'm making. We're going to run him into the ground, and we're going to cause him to get injured. That's my point, is that we can't play Caicedo every single game this season. You know, he went down yesterday with a potential knee issue. Luckily, he got up and he was all right. But we can't run him into the ground. We cannot run him into the ground, guys. So that's the point that I'm making. You need an alternative to Caicedo, and you need more bodies in the middle of the park. We're a Caicedo injury away from being absolutely fucked. So why wouldn't we do that? Why wouldn't we do it, guys? We're a Caicedo injury away from being finished, and yet we are making the decisions that we're making. I don't understand it. No, I don't think he can do that. Not on a regular basis, no. Bro, exactly. And do you know what? Unfortunately, I hate to say it, but that is exactly what's going to happen. He's going to get injured. He's being run into the ground and he's going to get injured. And then people are going to have an absolute meltdown. People are going to have an absolute meltdown. And whose fault is whose fault's that going to be? It's going to be the club's fault, and it's going to be the director's fault for not bringing the cover in. That's what I'm not getting, people. That is what I'm not getting. Ugochukwu can absolutely do a job. So why people can't think Ugochukwu's doing a job is beyond me. I agree. Sanchez out. Sanchez out. No, it's the reason why we've got no midfield depth is because decisions that we made in the summer, and is because now we've got injuries. That as simple as that. Ugochukwu is a good player who can do a job over the second half of the season, and no one can bring any reasonable reason otherwise as to why that can't be the case. No one can do that. No one can do that, guys. So yeah, that's that's where we're at with it. It's ridiculous. I don't understand it, but Chelsea, seemingly in all their infinite wisdom, seem to know what they're doing, and they seem to have got a plan. But what that plan is currently unclear to everyone. And it's one of the directors aren't under pressure because the club think they're doing a good job at the end of the day. I think Fernandez is coming back soon. Bro, he's not going to be back for a couple of weeks. Maresca said it yesterday. Maresca said it yesterday that he's not ready to come back. So because Cassidy ultimately isn't good enough. That's the situation, guys. Cassidy ultimately isn't good enough right now. That's where we're at with it. Cassidy ultimately not good enough. So no, Caicedo didn't tear his ACL. But he is being run into the ground, and we are increasing his risk of injury, which is a really, really stupid thing to do. A really stupid thing to do. Trev can play. He can play DM, but in the Premier League, he's not done it, and you'd be taking a massive risk for no real reason whatsoever. You'd be taking a huge risk for no reason. You know, that's the reality, guys. A huge risk for no reason. Mainu is not going to happen. Mainu's not going to happen, guys. And we don't really need him, to be honest, either. So, look, I hope that it doesn't solve any problems. It doesn't solve any problems. I hope that we change our minds on this, but given that it's yeah, I'm not surprised. Ben Roberts has got way too much power at this football club. Way too much power at this football club. So that sort of news doesn't surprise me at all. That sort of opinion, that sort of news doesn't surprise me whatsoever, guys. Whatsoever. Doesn't surprise me at all. What else are we looking at here? Bro, there's too many things in the chat. I can't read them all. You have to put it in again and I'll have a look. Yeah, that's the biggest question. I've got absolutely no idea. Absolutely no idea. But it's not up to me to have an idea. It's not up to me to have an idea. So yeah, we're going to have to wait and see. Yeah, there is no left back. Vega's going to be the left back backup. If we let him join Juventus, and we might as well move on to that, then Gusto and Reece James are going to have to be the backup left backs. We need a left back. You know, we do need a left back. Kukureya has been great, but we need a left back. So why we're not doing it, I'm not clear. Vega was left out of the squad last night. Maresca described it as a technical decision, but ultimately it's because he's in conversations with Juventus. Chelsea and Juventus will be in contact again tomorrow for Renato Vega. That means today, as he has good chances to leave. Juve are pushing to agree on formula of the deal. And the Athletic reporting as well, by the way, guys, that Chelsea are now more open to a loan deal as long as the finances of the deal make sense. So, look, I haven't got an issue with a 6-month loan deal for Vega. Go and play regularly. Develop yourself as a player. I haven't got an issue with that. But what I've got an issue with is no cover at left back. No cover at left back. And you're going to have to play Malagusto or Reece James out of position if anything happens to Kukureya. That's the issue. It's a weird one. It is a weird one. Do you know Gamst? Who's Gamst? I've got no idea who Gamst is. No, look, the poor form wasn't due to get. Look, maybe part of the reason with a lot of games coming up, but the reality is we hit a slump in form. We stopped taking our chances. A blip was always going to come at some point. Always going to come at some point. Wiley's recalled, but he's injured. He's just had shoulder surgery, so he's not going to be doing anything. The King's Cup. What is that the thing that was in Q8 recently? King's Cup. Because Chilwell don't suit how we're looking to play. Doesn't suit the system. Maresca has made that very clear. Maresca's made that very clear that he doesn't suit the system. So yeah, that's where we're at with that one. That is where we're at with that one. Maresca's made it very, very clear that he does not suit the system at all. So there we go. That's why. No, they're being run into the ground because they've played so many games this season, so many games in a short period of time. Caicedo cannot play every minute of every game this season. Vega, no plans to sell Tosin either. I think that's fair. I would keep him around till at least the summer. I think there's going to be quite a few changes at centre back in the summer. But I would leave him. I wouldn't be bothered about moving Tosin on. I think maybe he might move on in the summer potentially. I think there'll be a lot of changes. Chelsea reportedly going to re-explore the move for Mark Guehi in the summer. So let's wait and see what happens there. Obviously, he'll become cheaper. So gonna be an interesting one. Gonna be a very interesting one. But yeah, look, a straight loan for Vega, fair enough. Bro, we're not selling Guiu. We're not selling Guiu. Bro, Tosin's not better than Guehi. Just because he's scored a few goals doesn't make a difference. He's not better than Guehi. We're not selling Guiu in the summer. I don't think there's any plans to right now. I would expect Guiu to go on loan next season. Yeah, sure. Sure, it is. But where are the alternatives? Who was going to play in midfield last night instead of Caicedo? That's the point, guys. No alternatives. Where are those alternatives? That's more of the issue, guys. We're 7 likes away from 150. Keep smashing that like button. Let's get this up to 150 likes, guys, and keep subscribing to the channel if you are new round here. But yeah, Tosin's definitely worth keeping about until at least the summer, obviously, and then we'll re-explore it there. No, I never said we're selling him in the summer. Look, you can't rule it out, but I don't think there's any plans to sell him at the in the summer right now. It's all about PSR, players being brought in because of commercial reasons, players being sold. Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you. Why there isn't an offer for Delap is beyond me. Yeah, I'm not too sure what's going on in terms of an offer for Delap. I don't understand it. I don't understand it personally. I'm not sure what the plan is. But we are where we are, guys. We are where we are with that one. I don't know if they got injured in that game per se. But yeah, obviously something's happened where they are unable to play in this Wolves game. I don't know if Colwell's back for City, but Enzo and Lavia, I think, are highly unlikely to be back for Man City, which is a big problem. Yes, big up, big up. No, Mark Guehi, not Guiu. No, I don't think they would. I don't think they would. Let's see, but why would we wait until the last minute when we've needed something all window? That's what I'm not understanding. The decision to just wait. That's the part that I don't understand. That's the part that I don't understand, and that's the part that I'm just yeah, a little bit confused about. But do you know what? It is what it is, guys. It is what it is. Vega, the will he, won't he leave the football club, looks like we are getting a little bit closer. So let's see. I'd rather have Garnacho. I can't see Sterling again in a Chelsea shirt. I can't see Sterling again in a Chelsea shirt. Sick of stupid people calling him Resco. Yes, man. What should he do? He can't come on here. Yeah, exactly. You know, you can't. Unfortunately, there are certain things that you can't say when you're in certain jobs. That's ultimately he's not. Maresca's not been given the tools at the moment. He's been given a lot of tools, but there are some key tools that are missing from the toolbox. And until he gets those, it's going to be difficult for us. It's going to be very, very difficult for us. Very, very difficult for us. So yeah, that's the reality. I don't know what's going to happen in the last 2 weeks of this window, but we have to all pray and hope that something will happen. Something happens. By the time we play West Ham, 3rd of February, there needs to be a couple signings in the door, and there needs to be some departures done. But this month has been, yeah, an absolute shambles. Absolute shambles on multiple levels. Multiple levels, it's been piss poor. Yeah, it's not great, people. It's not great. Not great whatsoever. But at the end of the day, I guess there's only so much you can do, guys. I guess there's only so much you can do. I don't know if he's going to go on loan to Santos. There's been talks. Yes, I have seen Zola in person. No, there won't be a protest, but we're just basically gambling big time on our chances to qualify for the Champions League by not doing anything. That's the reality. Yeah, possibly they do. But again, I said it the other day, said it after the match as well on Chelsea Fan TV. We're told that there's all this interest from multiple clubs in all these players. Yet not a single bid has come in for any of these players that we're told there's lots of interest in them. We're 3 weeks into the window. There's no bids. But yet we're told we're told that there's interest in a lot of these players. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all, guys. It really makes next to no sense whatsoever. And but that's Chelsea. That's Chelsea. Chelsea don't make sense, guys. that's the reality of the situation. Chelsea do not make sense. Prediction against City, I think we'll probably lose like 2-1 or something. But I would take a point right now in that game. I would absolutely sign up for a point in that Man City game right now. No, people are looking for cheap deals. Of course they are. But ultimately, you know, we got to maybe drop our asking prices. Yeah. No, there's not, because I was sat like near the back and the view was shit and it was quite squashed in, so it would have been terrible. The vlog will return against Man City though. The vlog will return against Man City. Nice. Been bids for Cassidy. Yeah, fair. There's been bids for Cassidy, but other than that, there's been absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. And there's been all these bids for Cassidy, and yet still he's not left the football club either. So what's going on here? What's going on here? I don't understand. I do not understand, guys. Yeah, I've had a brief chat with Zola, very brief after a game. So yeah, anyway. What else is there? What else is there, guys? Let's have a look if there's any other news to go through in regards to Chelsea. But yeah, it's been a bit of news, but it has been a quietish. It has been a quietish 24 hours. Obviously, we got the great result last night that we needed desperately. Not good news on the injury front, and not particularly good news, seemingly, on that front either. So yeah, interesting. Don't know what we're going to do. I don't know what's going to happen. But they better have something lined up for the last couple of weeks. And they might be able to redeem themselves. But they better have something lined up, because if they don't, it's going to be a big problem. Yes, big up. It's going to be a big problem if something's not lined up, guys. Big problem. So yeah, problems all round. No, Matt Law reported that there was an unnamed centre-back that Chelsea were eyeing up for the summer, and that unnamed centre-back ended up being Mamadou Sarr. Because Casadei is not good enough, unfortunately. It's a good question. I hope so, but it is tricky. It is tricky, guys. If you're not given the tools, it's very hard to do your job and achieve the target set. But if Maresca's not given the tools this month, and we miss out on the top four, yeah, of course people will blame him. But there will also be, people that will think about it and be like, look, he's not given the tools. What is he meant to do? He's kind of fighting with one hand tied behind his back. That's the sort of situation that we're finding ourselves in. Yes and no. Yes, because it gives us a rest, but no, because it's a bit boring to only watch us play once a week. But yeah, that's the reality. That's the reality of it. But yeah, guys, gonna round this one out here. Big up to everyone who has locked in this afternoon. Greatly appreciated, guys. We'll be back at the usual time of 1 p.m. tomorrow. Big up for all the support. Good numbers this afternoon. Appreciate all of your input. Smash the likes on the way out. Subscribe if you're new around here. If there's any big breaking news, I'll be back later tonight. But with Champions League games, I would have thought not. But with Chelsea, you never know. So yeah, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Big love for tuning in. Love for all of the support. Smash the likes on the way out. Subscribe if you're new around here. Up the Chelsea, and peace.